In this video, we're going to show you to install front struts on your Ford Taurus located behind your front wheels. Using a 19mm socket, we're going to go loosen and remove our lug nuts. With the lug nuts removed, grab your wheel, remove it, and set it aside. Now with the wheel removed, we went ahead and we sprayed down all of the bolts and nuts with some rust penetrant to get started there. Now I'm going to go ahead and come up here to the sway bar end link. I want to go ahead and loosen and remove the nut up top here. We're using a 21mm socket to go ahead and loosen. Good, push it off to the side. Our next step, go ahead and separate our ABS wire. We want to go ahead and pull this out of the bracket on the frame here. Don't pull the wire. You want to go ahead and take your two fingers, one on each side of this here, and gently roll that out. You're going to do the same thing here. If you want, you can use your trim tool to go ahead and get behind here and gently pull this out of the strut bracket. And then right here is a plastic retainer. Go ahead and use your trim tool. I want to get behind that and pop this out. And just let that hang off to the side. I want to go ahead and loosen the nuts here on our strut to knuckle bolts. These are a 24mm or a 15/16 socket. Let's get that bottom one here. I'm going to go ahead and tap these. Before we do this bottom one here, we want to take precautions because what may happen is the knuckle might want to pull away. It could cause premature problems with the axle, and also you have your brake flex hose on the other side. So you want to pay attention to that. Now I grab some securing straps here, and what I want to do is I'm just going to run it across the front here, and you can anchor it anywhere, like on the chassis, on the front and back, and our goal is just to prevent this from falling too far out. So just find anywhere in the frame you can run these around to with that secured. Take out that other bolt. You can see that our knuckle is starting to pull out here. What I'm going to do is we're going to move up to the top of the vehicle. On the top of our strut, we have 4 nuts we need to remove from up in the engine compartment. At that point there, our entire strut will be loose and we will want to drop down. So take precautions when this comes down. You don't want it to hit the rubber boot on your CV axle. You don't want to cut that or damage that in any fashion. So let's go ahead and move up top and we'll continue there. Now with the hood open, you're going to go ahead and locate the top of your strut right here. There's 4 15mm nuts in place here. And there's a little center cap here. Little plastic cap or rubber cap. You can pop that off, just set that aside. If your washer hose is popped on this stud, go ahead and just remove that, set that off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and get the 2 back nuts first. Now on the last one here, you want to pay attention. At this point here, when you loosen this, you're going to watch these studs drop down, and you're going to want to reach inside the wheel well area. I'm going to switch over to a swivel here due to the hood lift support. You're going to reach down inside the wheel well while you go ahead and loosen this here and capture that strut. Go ahead and slide that, drop that down, and just manipulate the strut out from the wheel well area. Now when you remove the strut, the knuckle itself is going to want to swing away. And you could probably let it go a little bit. And it should lock at a certain point there. You're safe to go ahead and walk away. Go ahead and grab that strut, feed that back in. Feed this up into position. Now with that up in position, you're going to go ahead and reach up, get one of those nuts started, maybe a second one. It's going to allow you to go ahead and release that strut and drop it down. Let's go ahead and get the back one started here. Now we're not going to tighten these yet. We're going to move back into the wheel well, assemble everything down there, and then we'll go ahead and raise up that suspension and tighten everything here and torque it properly. Now if you notice here, our strut itself is off to the side. It's not going to line up with our knuckles straight up and down. That's not a big issue. Simply grab the strut base and you can go ahead and rotate it. Now if you can't physically rotate it, go ahead and grab a pry bar or a long screwdriver or something, put it right through the strut holes and go ahead and use that for leverage and twist that right around. Once you have that in the general area that you want to put that together, go ahead and push that knuckle up and over. You might take a couple tries here to get that lined up, but eventually it should kind of line up and pop together. Go ahead and grab one of your bolts, line that up, and pop that in. Go ahead and grab the lower one. It doesn't matter which one you put in first. There you go. Just give those bolts just a couple taps. You don't want to smash these here because if you roll over the edge of the bolt, you might not be able to put your socket or wrench or whatever you need to on there. But it's safe to go ahead now and install the nuts on here. Go ahead and grab your impact gun and we'll go ahead and snug these down. Just snug them down. We will have to torque those. Go ahead and bring your sway bar end link over. Get that started. Let's go ahead and tighten that down. Let's go ahead and install our ABS wire. You're going to press the plastic clip into the hole in the strut. You can roll the rubber grommet onto the bracket. Here's a little tip. If you have some spray solvent, you can go ahead and give the rubber a quick squirt and this will slide on nice and easy. Sometimes these are hard to get on. And then don't forget the one in the back. Good, roll that in and push it into place. Let's torque the nut for the sway bar end link to 111 foot-pounds. Torque down the strut to knuckle bolts to 166 foot-pounds. Go ahead and remove your securing strap if you have not already done so. The next step to tightening down our strut is to go ahead and compress our strut up into the body and then tighten those 4 nuts up top. You have 2 options on how to do this. One, go ahead and install your wheel, lower the vehicle off of your jack stands and onto the ground. That's going to push your suspension up and tighten and torque the nuts up top. Other option is, if you're using your jack stands, go ahead and simply put your jack underneath the front control arm here and compress your suspension up just enough to go ahead and tighten and torque those. That's the path we're going to do. So now go ahead and jack up our front strut. All right, we can see the vehicle is lifting up slightly. So now let's go ahead and tighten down all 4 of these nuts. Go ahead and torque these down to 46 foot-pounds. With all 4 of these torqued, let's go ahead and lower our jack. And go ahead and remove that. Install your rubber cap here if you removed it. Now that we have your complete strut assembly installed, let's go ahead and install your wheel. Don't forget to have the alignment professionally performed on this vehicle. It's going to help prevent premature component wear as well as tire wear. Grab your wheel. Line it up onto the studs. Let's go ahead and get our lug nuts started. Once we get all these started, we'll go ahead and snug them down. When doing this here, it's best if you do it in a star pattern or crisscross pattern. Now we can go ahead and torque our wheel. Let's go ahead and torque down our lug nuts to 100 foot-pounds. Preferably, you want to go ahead and do this in a crisscross pattern. And you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.